broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
You make me feel I love it. Just listen, you know? Just listen.
You know, just take it in. Enjoy the throwback.
A throwback, because you know what? Ariana Grande killing it in this song. And I guess Mac Miller? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back. Oh, the lights, so we gotta stop and dance.
We're just gonna dance this whole show. This is
like
all it's gonna be.
This is how I dance.
That's a nice move. It's like a weird jazz hand / pageant wave.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. AfterBuzz's SNL After Show. Man, Ariana Grande hosting. Ariana Grande, musical guest. Whoa, crazy, awesome, fun times. I'm your host, Kelly McInerney. You could find me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo, and I'm also here with, hey,
Amy Maestri. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Amy Maestri.
Yeah, just the two of us again, you guys.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
Holding it down.
Holding down the fort. You know what? I love the way that it's just the two of us.
You know what? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Cheers to that. Cheers.
It's okay, I'm holding my hand.
That is a weird way to hold a mug.
Anyways, good episode, right? Good.
Yeah.
Very similar, I feel, to Bruno Mars's episode, because when I heard Ariana Grande, I was like, oh, sheesh. And then I watched her and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just to describe it in 2 words each. Exactly.
Nice.
Same thing with Bruno Mars. I think Bruno Mars I was less enthused about because I wasn't a huge fan, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's really good. And we'll get into the similarities of Bruno and Ariana Grande later on. But what did you think?
I agree with the reaction to it. I've always been like, wow, yeah, Ariana Grande I feel like she's very talented, but it's not like I didn't know if in this atmosphere she would be as good as she was, and I was completely blown away by her. I loved it. I thought she was great in it. Yeah,
like some people, you think like Ryan Gosling, super talented host, like right now live, right, you know?
Yeah.
Not the best.
Not so much.
But she killed it, I think. Let's get into it. The cold open, another political bit, America's Choice 2016, talked about how Ben Carson endorses Trump again. Another a special guest, Larry David as Bernie Sanders. Pretty good stuff. And then Ben gets attacked. What did you think about it? This is where I learn all of my political stuff.
Right.
I'm not good at following the election this year. I'm sorry, I guess, to myself for not. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. I don't know, that Bernie put on his PJs towards the end.
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah, I thought this nailed a lot of really, really fun commentary. I think the Carson impression that Jay's done has consistently just gotten weirder and weirder and just like creepier, which I love every time. So I always love just getting to see him do that, but also just like at the end, like still getting those jabs in at Trump about like how racist, like, you know, like, and the protests at the rallies and everything. And the line that killed me was, he was like, I told you guys, not this one.
I wrote that down.
He's one of the good ones, referring to Ben Carson getting beat up. So I thought there was a lot of fun commentary going back and forth between Trump and Sanders too. I thought was like a fun little dynamic, just kind of hitting them both pretty hard.
Yeah, it's so funny to see like a crazy racist guy just killing it in the like. That's comedy. That's gonna write itself.
I think also too, one thing that struck with me and stayed with me was when Larry David was like, I love my supporters, but like enough's enough, like too much, like your Facebook feeds, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's such a good point, because I honestly can say every single friend that I have who is a Bernie Sanders fan, I know, because they post about him 10 times a day talking about how freaking great he is.
Yeah.
So I think that was really, really smart to hit on, because it's so true right now.
Mm-hmm. Good cold opening. Into the monologue. I appreciated the whole Nickelodeon bit because I loved Kenan and Kel. And if I did see Kenan, I probably would ask, where's Kel?
Yeah.
But I am Team Kenan. Like, I always liked him better than Kel. You know, everybody liked Kel, and I'm like, no, Kenan's got it. You know?
Right.
But I thought it was really funny, and I liked the... I kind of wish it wasn't a musical thing because she was the musical guest, but she did it. She performed it well, and I liked the whole idea of the Real Hollywood Scandal.
Yes.
Yeah, and just being crazy about it. Just like, oh, I left my phone. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I loved when Cecily came out, and said that she left her phone. She was just like, oh, that would be great. Like, like to latch onto a scandal. I think the idea for the song was really funny. I thought the execution from Ariana Grande was great, but also I know on the West Coast feed, we didn't hear the slip up, because I had actually read about it in Variety that she said that like after she flubbed a line, she was just like, oh shit.
Oh, really?
And then and then just kind of like kept going. So I'm not sure. I was trying to pay attention. Like, I don't know if they actually just like bleeped it out, or if they, because I know a lot of times when something like that happens, they'll pull from Dress.
Yeah, that's
so I'm not sure which one they ended up doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we don't get any of the fun stuff on
Man,
West
I remember they
Coast
did that. Yeah, they did that with Peter Sarsgaard, but I was on the East Coast at the time. They messed up, like, the Sarsgaard sketch.
Oh, I remember. Okay, yeah.
And some TV wasn't either way, but it's a bummer sometimes being on the weather. Yeah, the weather's better, but we don't get the live SNL, you know?
We don't get to see all the F-bombs that accidentally drop.
Jenny Slate, you know?
Oh, that was a rough one.
Goodbye.
No way around that one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a good intro, because you could also see her commitment kind of starting. Like, you know, she knew the song. She didn't have to read the cue cards that much. Kill it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good episode.
Good start. No more sheesh. Yeah. That started to wear away.
Yeah. And the next one, message from Hillary, kind of playing on how all the millennials love Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't following it, but then when she continued to dress more and more like, and just become him, talk about the taxes, I thought it was pretty clever. What did you think about it?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's very simple execution. I can speak words sometimes. They're better at executing sketches than I am at executing words tonight, apparently. But I thought it was great just because it's very simple escalation of a sketch, like clear beats of what's going on. So I think structurally it was a lot of fun. And I think the timing of it was great. And I'd be interested to know when this was actually written and filmed, because the decision just came out a couple days ago that they decided in Ohio certain 17-year-olds would be able to vote in the primaries, because they would be 18 by the time the general election came around. And so I was kind of wondering if they were going to talk about that, because, I mean, Hillary's just got to be like, no. So I think that I'd be interested to know when that was written, because the timing of it's just perfect, because it's always been an issue and it's always been a joke that he gets the millennials and Hillary doesn't, but especially this week with that coming out. But again, I loved seeing Kate's impression is always great, but getting to see Kate do Hillary, do Bernie. Awesome.
That was funny. Yeah, that was the cherry on the top.
Yeah.
You know? It was very good. The next sketch, the Kids' Choice Awards, it had some good, funny one-liners, like Miranda Cosgrove getting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
But I feel like it got bored quickly. Like the one joke, how, oh no, the countdown's messed up. It was like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything funny?
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I think it didn't really have enough legs to stand on as a full sketch.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the super overdone, cheesy way that those hosts are at those shows. And like, I think Ariana Grande's take on it too, of just like, yes, like being that girl that we've all seen at those like hosting those. I think that was like fun. It was a fun game, but yeah, like I just don't know that it had enough legs to stand on as a full sketch. There's nowhere to really go with it.
It was too long too. It could have been better if it was a minute, even a minute shorter. Like maybe 2 minutes would be great. But I did like her character a lot in it, like the Yas and stuff. I noticed though too her wig. Did you notice that about her wigs? Like they're kind of she kept her ponytail on the whole time.
Yeah,
you can definitely tell.
Her head got very long in the back with that wig.
I don't know, like what's up with your hair? Like why do you want to keep the ponytail on?
She really loves rocking that pony.
I guess
do it, girl.
It worked for SNL because it's quick changes. Right. I guess not one part of her. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
You know, but it didn't. She wasn't fast enough in one stitch. But after that, the women's song, it's not a feminist song, ends up being a feminist song. It was pretty fun. I like that it was very topical with International Women's Day. Yeah. Pretty funny. I like that Ariana didn't stand out too much either, how everybody was kind of equal. Yeah. Wasn't my favorite women's song of theirs.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the Thanksgiving one where they go home for the holidays.
Oh, back home ballers, man.
Oh God, that's my life. That's my life. But I liked it. Made me want to go to Coney Island, even though I can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That did look. It did
look
like, appealing.
I want to go home. Here. What are your thoughts?
I think that the point of view on it was really funny, and especially towards the end, when they said the line was "time for you to weigh in and tell us if we did it all wrong," because that's so true. Because so much of feminism now is like just women telling other women how they're supposed to be feminists. So I think this is a really great point of view song where it is just like, we're kind of scared to do this, so we're just going to sing about other things and call it a feminist song because we're scared that all the other feminists will say we're not good enough at being feminists.
Yeah,
so
it's really true and on point about that. It just wasn't catchy enough for me, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I think the bar is so high now for all the songs they've done between like Back Home Ballers and like The First Crush, like with like who they first like had crushes on, and Do It in My Twin Bed. Like they've set the bar pretty high, but I did enjoy this. Definitely not my favorite of them.
It's hard because I can relate to my mom having a whole fridge of Costco, you know?
Nothing can beat it.
That's my mom. This, it's like, okay, it's not but I did like it. It was fun, and I liked some of the lines about just like, no, we don't know what to say, so here's an old woman's hand.
Yes.
Not that all women are old, but you know. Yeah. I liked how it was still sing-songy, but covering up their track, and it was good.
I liked it, and I feel like it's one of those songs though that I'm gonna go back and watch it again and like it even more. Like I think it's one of those things that like I might appreciate more and more as I watch it, but even at first run I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next up, True Tales from the Sea. Basically a Kate McKinnon sketch, you know? It's just, that's all it is. It's mermaids saving seamen. Seamen.
Had to do it.
Just being dumb. And then like two of them are pretty, Cecily and Ariana Grande, but then Kate is 65% blobfish, 35% woman. Also, just like I guess because she wasn't in any sketches beforehand, but man, to get in that costume.
Yeah. Props to makeup and costume. Like they the wardrobe department, like that's not something you see every day on a live sketch show.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Something that extensive.
It was funny, but also kind of, we got the point of it. Like, I love Kate, but I don't know, I just wanted, when you expect more.
Yeah. I kind of thought it was going to escalate a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, I think the beats were kind of clear. And they did, a little bit just from going in for the kiss at the end. Mm-hmm. So I think it kind of did. But again, like, I don't know with this, that there was too much room to do anything more with it from there. But I gotta say, the part that killed me was when they all did a beautiful note after they did the kiss, and then Kate McKinnon started singing the song from The Lion King.
That was good.
That because at first I thought she was just making a awkward loud sound, and then she started to do the part from The Lion King. Yeah,
so weird. I wonder if it's like improv or if that's like a written thing. Like, what's a weird like if she thought of it?
Yeah, like who was just like, you should do the thing from The Lion King.
Yeah, it's so funny. But after that, Ariana Grande. Let's just talk about both parts. First part, Larry David flubbed hardcore and he just gave up. He didn't even try again. He's like, all right.
He like clapped and turned away like, nope, screwed that up.
And she couldn't put on her coat fast enough. That's what I'm saying. How she had that ponytail but not that jacket, you know?
Everyone was just crushing it there. She doesn't have her coat on. Larry David doesn't know her name. We're good.
I like the second one where he's like, Ariana Grande. Yeah. You know, I got it right this time, so don't complain. You know? Yeah.
Even in the goodnights too, when she was like, "Thank you, Larry David," he kind of has a look like, "Well, yeah, you're welcome." Because I did great. Yeah.
They were okay. I don't know either of the songs, but I did like the second song a lot, the dance one.
Yeah, same.
I liked how she's like, she had to work with a lot this week. You know, she had to work hosting and singing and that choreography. You go, girl.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like the second one better, but I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of either song, but she just has such a great voice that she's just fun to listen to, and she's one of those performers too who she just looks like she's having fun. Yeah. And that's always enjoyable, even if I don't like the song or the performance itself, like whatever's going on, like if they look like they're having fun, that's going to be enjoyable for me to watch too. So I like watching her.
Do you think something's gonna happen to her hair? Like, isn't pulling your hair in a ponytail for so long, doesn't that rip out this type of hair?
I feel like, and it's like a really strong ponytail too. Like, it's not like loose. Like, it's like pulling on something up here.
She should be careful. You know, she doesn't want to go. I don't know.
I mean, we're doctors, obviously, so she should maybe listen to this medical advice from us.
I wrote it up here too. Ponytail, wigs, since you knew that she was still wearing that ponytail. No matter what wig it was.
Good note.
But update next. Pretty good. I think last episode was my favorite update of the season, but that's because of the Jay Pharoah thing. You guys know that. Do you have any favorite jokes?
I think a lot of the stuff at the top with the Trump rallies were really good. One line that I wrote down was when Che was talking about the little racist old lady. There was a ton of good stuff around that, but I just loved, she should be at home teaching her parrot the N-word.
Yeah, that was good. And the guy that was like, he dreams of he's been dreaming of punching a black guy since he first heard jazz.
That was the second one I wrote down too because it's so good.
God.
Yeah, I think as far as the jokes go, I think my favorites were a lot of them just at the top there because I mean they did get kind of heavy into the character stuff later anyways, but the Trump rally stuff I think was just so on point.
I like how they kind of just riff on pictures, like the faces of people and stuff, and then on each other. What he said something about Che again.
Oh yeah, it was that skinnier girls have been proven to be paid more than the heavier girls, except in the case of like a strip club when Che is there. Yeah.
That was good.
And then Che's like, little follow-up. He's like, and who says black guys don't tip? Like, they just have good
chemistry.
Yeah, good chemistry that I think has grown. I wasn't a fan of it right off the bat, and I know you just immediately took offense to that. I saw it in your face.
Not offense, but I was just like,
hey, now.
I was.
Yeah, but I think their chemistry has gotten so good, and I agree. I do like when they just kind of go off of each other like that now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's way better than Seth Meyers. What?
Ooh.
I don't like him. I didn't like him.
Oh, boy. Bold.
Fighting words, maybe.
Bold.
I don't know. Anyways, then Cecily came on as the drunkest contestant on The Bachelor. First, immediate thought, man, Cecily plays drunk a lot.
She does.
You know, just a lot.
She does.
Want to get drunk with her, maybe. That might be fun.
I think that would, Cecily, if you're listening,
we live in LA.
Come hang out. We'll get drunk with you.
Yeah. I liked this, though, maybe better than the drunk. No, I guess the same about the drunk friend the girl you wish you hadn't started a party with at a club.
Yeah.
Not a party. The girl you wish you hadn't started a conversation with at the party.
She has the longest character names.
Yeah, drunkest contestant on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
What did you think about her?
I love the way that she played this kind of drunk, where it is just like she thinks that she's not drunk, and that like she like in that character's head she's like, I'm crushing this.
Yeah.
No one can tell I'm drunk. I'm saying really smart things and I'm super put together. Yeah. Like that's what's happening in her head, but what's coming out of her mouth is not that. So I think the way that she played it was great. I don't watch The Bachelor, so I'm
me neither. Yeah.
Not sure if like I'm assuming this was like actually like a super drunk girl on the show that like was just an idiot, but I don't know because I don't watch it. Either way, I enjoyed it and I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. I loved the whole weird fate. Like, are you smiling? I'm not crazy, you know? She's so smart. Like, does she record? Like, how does she do drunk so well?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That crazy face. And you could tell her and Jost were having a lot of fun with that one, going back and forth. She was kind of egging him on in it.
Next one, Riblet makes another appearance. I'm a huge fan of Riblet, but this one, it's probably my favorite Riblet one. Just because it heightened enough where you just kept laughing. Like, you could tell, like, even though you know it's a character, he could be Che's high school friend, you know?
Yeah.
Because just, like, ragging on Che so much. The whole line, like, oh, what are they waiting in line for? Che's mama's house. Oh! And you could tell Bobby has so much fun with it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's also like, I don't know if the backstory, but like if he was trying to be an update person. Is this like him being like, I could have done it?
That's true. Hey, Lorne.
Yeah. But it's also more fun for him. What do you think about it?
I liked this one a lot because they did something different.
Yeah.
It tends to, it can get tedious with reoccurring characters a lot of times, so it's always important, I think. And he even joked about that, saying like, oh no, I know, you gotta like have some different moves every once in a while as an update anchor. And I'm like, that's perfect, because you do need that in the characters too. And that's what they did, like doing the pre-taped session and just getting to watch him like do the mic drop and like do his dance like side by side with his pre-taped one. I really enjoyed this because it was different and they shook it up, and even his entrance with him just like wandering in and like it was just, they did a lot of different things with it, and I think it worked and it gave it more layers.
I agree. Yeah. The next sketch, this is why it's very similar to Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he hosted?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he had the Pandora sketch.
Yeah.
And that was like my one sketch where I was like, oh wow, Bruno Mars is pretty funny and talented.
Yeah, just like similar vehicle to be able to do those singing impressions, and she knocked these out of the park.
So good. But also I saw her on like Jimmy Fallon earlier too, so I saw her do that wheel thing where they sing like Walking on Sunshine as Celine Dion or something like that.
Right.
So I knew she had it in her, but I also appreciated that she didn't do Ariana Grande or Mariah Carey. Yeah. Because you were expecting Mariah Carey the whole time, right? Yeah. And she didn't do it. Like, even when they're like the 90s divas, you're like, oh,
here it comes. Here it comes. She gotta do the high note.
Yeah. She didn't. She killed it. All the ones. She did Britney, Shakira, Rihanna, 90s divas, Celine, and Whitney. Yeah. So good. And I also loved how she's like, no, I'm just very, very Italian. Not just to clear it up.
I love that she kept that, like, shy character throughout it, too. Like when she was singing Britney, and then all of a sudden she just kind of, like, did it like a snap above her head. And the Shakira one, my God, if you close your eyes.
So good.
It's so spot on. And the one I think that might have cracked me up the most, though, was Rihanna, because I was literally just having a conversation with one of my best friends the night before, actually on Saturday night. We were listening to that song Work by Rihanna, and we were like, no one else could sing this song and make any sense of it. Like, no one else could pull this song off. And it's funny the way that she does it, and just doing like the dirt, 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 and then afterwards being like, was that okay? I honestly have no idea what she says in it. They're just like, no one does. It's okay. So I was like, that's perfect, because that's good. But, and oh my God, the Whitney Houston. Whew, that girl can sing.
That's my car song, but nobody hears it because my voice is terrible, you know? I can't skip over I Will Always Love You, but I can't sing it in pub, you know?
Yeah, I don't think many people can. There's probably about 3 people who should be singing that in public, and Ariana Grande is one of them.
One of them's dead.
No. Yeah.
It's Whitney.
In case you weren't sure.
Sorry.
The show just took a dark turn tonight.
Yeah. No, but I agree. Her commitment to the character, too, like, how she's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
It made it that much better, too, because instead of being like, I got this. I loved the whole intern, and then I loved the turn. I like the one different thing how, JC was there all along. Oh, you're an intern? Can you give me a call?
Yeah.
So, I could, anytime Jay Farrow does a great impression, I'm like, yep, winning.
That's why I'm glad he was in this, because I was like, man, I would put this on the level of just, like, as impressive as, like, his update stuff last week, where it was just, like, one after the other. And I think singing impressions, I mean, like, the vocal control that you have to do, like, I'm always blown away by really good singing impressions. And I really wish, I'm still upset over Noelle Wells getting let go after the first year that she was on the show. She does amazing singing impressions.
Yeah.
If you look up, she does the, like, My Drunk singing impressions with the girl who does My Drunk Kitchen. Mm-hmm. And she just goes through, like, 5-6 minutes of singing impressions while they're just, like, getting drunk. And they're all amazing. And I just think anyone who can do that, it blows me away. I have so much respect for that.
Yeah, she was just good at impressions, too. Like, I don't understand. Especially, they hired, like, 6 white dudes and Noelle Wells.
Yeah, and then they fired everyone except for Kyle and Beck, pretty much. Yeah. So I'm just gonna bring that up because I'm like, I want to talk about Noelle Wells because I wish she was still on the show.
And everybody talked about her girls sketch for like months.
One of my favorites.
Anyways, we could get into it, but we're Team Noelle. Bring her back.
Obviously.
Yeah. Next up, speaking of impressions, Celebrity Family Feud. Ariana played Jennifer Lawrence, Kate was Tilda Swinton, Beck was Javier Bardem, Jay was Idris Elba, Taryn was Quentin Tarantino, John was Martin Scorsese, Kyle was Woody, and Bobby did the worst Kevin Smith impression in the world. Like, hey, you want to have a pot? Like, let's not try. Let's, like, dress good, but just not try, you know?
Really?
I feel like it was not good.
He kind of called that one in.
Yeah, phoned it in. Ariana, though, real good.
Yeah.
Just, it's weird because usually the second half of SNL is like,
yeah.
You know, this one was like, it was the better half, I feel like.
I agree, yeah.
The last 3 sketches were my favorite. Well, the Celebrity Family Feud was, I liked her in it.
Yeah.
I didn't like, I wish they used more of the better impressions. I feel like John Radinsky's Scorsese, dope, like, so good, so on point. I feel like they should have switched him with Taryn as Quentin, and then Quentin wasn't that good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's tough when they do this format to use as a vehicle for impressions, because with 8 people, it's like, you're not going to get as much out of it. One of my favorites that they'll do is when they do, like, the auditions, like, different people who auditioned for a movie, and they show, like, the auditions, like, just to get the, you know, to be able to do the different impressions. Yeah. I always kind of prefer that to doing the Celebrity Family Feud. I also am just so done with Kenan, too, so I'm just kind of like, all right, cool, we get to see him do Steve Harvey in the same voice that he uses for every other character. Mm-hmm. But, so I think it's tough when you have that many people for that reason, that you're just like, oh man, that's so good, I want to hear more, but there's so much going on. But yeah, I think out of all of it, Ariana Grande is Jennifer Lawrence, and also the point of view that they gave her too, of just being like, yeah, I'll just like sit and eat, and like I just love to snack all the time, like because I'm such a regular person. Yeah. I thought it was really funny, so I like that. I have to say my favorite Kenan thing that he's ever done so far, probably the monologue when he's like, people just, him being himself. I meant to say that for the monologue, but yeah, I'm kind of sick of him too. Though I did like when Idris Elba as talking, he's like, might as well be underwater, you know? But I agree. I like the music ones too, you know, how it's like a compilation CD. Those impressions. Those are great, I think those are better because this is too, like, they just focus too much on 2 people, especially with the Family Feud, because the other people don't talk that much. Yeah, it's kind of like what's the point of it? But also, and again, this is why Kate is always so strong, because even when they moved on from her, I was still watching her because she was just doing the crazy eyes as Tilda, and like looking around and just doing like, and I couldn't even watch what was going on because I was still focused on her because she was still cracking me up. And I think that's why she just brings so much to it, because again, she had a small part too, but she was one of the high points of it for me. Yeah, because everybody could do a Woody Allen impression, you know? And the Kevin one was not good. Javier even, too. I feel like he, back as Javier, meh. Yeah.
But it's good. I do like these sketches, though, just to see surprises. You know, like John Radinsky as Martin Scorsese. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You know, that's so... And even Ariana as Jennifer Lawrence, it's like... Oh, because even though they're, like, similar ages, very different
Wouldn't
people.
have seen it, yeah.
Very good. She was very good.
Yes.
Lastly, but not least... Probably one of my favorite sketches. No, it's one of my favorite sketches of the night. I'm not going to say probably. It's the truth.
You know, just commit to it.
Yeah, it is. The Sound of Music sketch. And the nuns straight up singing smack about Maria. Maria comes out just being like, oh no! I'm right here, just her. Because it's funny because, like, you hear, in musicals, you hear these songs and stuff, and it's like, and I like when they take it literally, you know? Where Marie's just like right there and is, hey, I heard you the whole time. Sometimes it's good to go simple.
Yes.
And this was simple but very funny. And Ariana Grande's scene of the night, I think.
Yeah. She was, oh my God, she was so sassy.
Yeah.
I could watch her do that forever. And again, like taking like the musicals and like joking, poking fun at that when she's just like, oh, so you guys just like came up with this 4-part harmony and light choreography and just started doing that.
Yeah.
And then 80 coming over and doing the clapping with her, and she's just like, well, I think that you are being quite rude. Like, just doing it so bad.
Who's gonna miss her? None of us.
Get it? None? Get it? I think this was like her, this and all the impressions, like, I think were her two strongest things from the night. But it was... The whole night was great for her, I think. Yeah, but this, I think so. This was a lot of fun watching
this
her.
sketch, too, though, it was great writing, great commitment to everybody, and songs. Like, it was just a great all-around sketch.
Yeah, agreed.
But overall, pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Pretty good. If you had to pick MVP of the night, who would you pick?
I have to go with Ariana Grande. I don't like to choose the host, but like... Me too! Crushed it.
Yeah, she was really good.
I loved it.
Very surprised, because I thought she was going to be a little bit of a diva. No.
Yeah. Me and my sister were actually joking about that before I watched it, because I know that like she kind of does get that reputation, and I was like, they should do an episode where she hosts and Justin Bieber is the musical guest, and then watch everyone quit because they're just like, no, we're not dealing with that. But yeah, she was great, and it seemed like, you know, she kind of fit right in with everyone, and it was one of those episodes where the host, you didn't feel like there was a host who's like needing to be handheld or anything.
Yeah,
like she just fit right in.
Yeah, I agree. She did a great job. But she also did a sketch the last one when Tracy Morgan hosted.
Right.
Yeah, was that just this season too?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was.
Yeah, because it was when he came back for the first time. Yeah,
she was in the Leo the Spaceman.
Yes.
Or something.
Yeah, and she was in. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's got She's
got it.
Remembered how to...
Remembrance. Remembered.
Yeah. Overall, though, good stuff. Next one, it's going to be April 2nd, Peter Dinklage and Gwen Stefani. Yeah. Pretty exciting. I don't know Game of Thrones that well, but I know him from Elf, so it should be pretty good.
I love that that's where you know it from. Great performance in Elf, though.
Great. He was an angry elf. No, also the station agent, but Elf was pretty good.
Pretty top notch.
And Gwen, maybe she'll... I didn't know she did solo stuff currently. Like, I know she used to, but...
Yeah, I know. She actually just... There's, I think, a couple songs that she has out right now. I'm not sure if she has... I'm sure there's a new album coming out that she's promoting, but I know that she had released a couple singles recently, so...
Nice.
I'm excited to hear more from her.
Maybe there'll be a Blake Shelton cameo, too, you know?
That's true.
Oh, because they're dating, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
They're a thing.
All right, well, until April 2nd, guys. See you next time. Hope you enjoy the episode just like us. Find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Kelly McInerney at HollyWeirdo on both of those. And where can you find?
I'm Amy Maestri, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Amy Maestri.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.